All right, guys, today we are going to be reacting to 12 things America could learn from Australia. Jump in, guys.
What's good, y'all? Tristan here, and today I'm going to be going over 12 things that America could learn from Australia. Pardon me if it is a little bit loud. I am filming this in a public park, but that is actually my first thing that I think America could learn from Australia is how to build a park. This goes way beyond just how to build a park, but really how to build any nice public facility. If you look at the park in right now, I mean, I can show you, there's this huge playscape just right over there. I'll show a picture of it up, but that is what a typical playscape in Australia looks like. I'll throw some more pictures up just so you can see what a playscape in Australia looks like, but this this picture right here is what a playscape in America looks like. Playscapes here are so much bigger, the kids have it way better, but beyond playscapes, this goes to skate parks, for example. Skate parks here are in every city. They're awesome, they're huge, they're nice. Not the same in America. You know, a city might have one or two nice ones, but in Australia there are way more, and overall they're much nicer. There are so many examples of great public parks or public facilities in Australia. Pretty much every single city here in Australia, not like all, but most of them have these things called lagoons. They're not really like lagoons, they're just public pools, but they call them lagoons. But check out how nice these things are. These are free pools open to the public. They're absolutely beautiful, and they're right in the city center. I'm currently in Airlie Beach. This is what Airlie Beach looks like.
That's a free pool, really? Dang, that looks nice. That looks neat, man. That looks very nice.
Brisbane also has a nice one. The parks here are just so much nicer, and everything related to them is nicer. Oh, and there's free electric grills, right over there. There's two perfectly clean electric grills, and and free bathrooms. God, I need to this could have been 5 points all on its own. But anyways, point number one, parks in Australia are so much nicer, and the US could learn how to build parks like Australia. The second thing that America could learn from Australia is how to make a thing of coffee. The coffee here is so nice, it's so fancy, it's so well done. Just like a basic cheap cup of coffee, they just put so much more attention to detail in it. I can't really talk too much on this because I don't drink coffee, I don't like it. But literally, everyone who comes here, Americans, non-Americans, everyone who comes here just thinks Australia has the absolute best coffee in the world. Alright, now the third thing America can learn from Australia is traffic circles. Oh my god. Alright, they have traffic circles freaking everywhere here. You'll find them in neighborhoods, you'll find them in towns, you'll find them connecting big roads. Will it be traffic circles with 2-3 lanes on them? They are so common, and they just speed up the flow of traffic so much. There are so many small stoplights that we have in America that could be eliminated if we could put a traffic circle there. No joke, there's probably about 1/4 the amount of stop signs in Australia as there are in America because of the traffic circles, and also they just put a lot more yield signs up instead of stop signs. So if you don't have to totally stop, those put a yield sign there, which is also kind of nice. Alright, so the fourth thing I think America could learn from Australia is how to package and sell watermelon. What I mean by this is in America,
how to package and sell watermelon. I didn't know there was an art for this.
If you're buying watermelon, it's probably gonna be a full entire watermelon, or you can get a little thing of little dice cubes of watermelon. The issue is the little dice cubes are usually pretty expensive, and it's just enough for 1 or 2 people, and then the whole entire watermelon is way too much for one person. And honestly, I am from a family of 4, and 1 watermelon is too much for our family usually. Here in Australia, usually when you're at the grocery store, you're gonna see quarter melons, and they sell them by the quarter melon. This makes so much sense. It doesn't cost more, it probably saves a lot of melon. You just cut the melon, wrap it up in some saran wrap, and then sell it in force. Easy as that. The fifth one is a little bit weird, but that is, we could learn from Australia to not put so much water in our toilets. I don't know what it is about their toilets here, but I feel they're just way more advanced than our toilets. So in America, for some reason, it's a really common thing. I was just used to having water splash my butt from pooping into it, and it splashing up. And then when you're flushing the toilet, it's whoosh, shoosh, 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 and it does the whole spinny thing, and then sucks down. It's one long flush with a bunch of water. Well, here in Australia, their toilets just have a little bit of water in them. Your butt doesn't get wet when you poop. There's no splashing going on.
Oh, I see. To the water lane, okay. So ours go all the way to the top, and theirs only stayed right in the middle. Okay, so what happens if the poop just falls a little bit, in the outside?
On. Can't believe I'm saying this. Anyways, and then on top of that, they also have buttons. They have a button for poo and a button for pee. Some American toilets do have this, but I think it's a law here in Australia, because every single toilet I've seen has had those 2 little buttons to save some water. The sixth thing that America could learn from Australia is free/cheap sunscreen. You're probably laughing at me as I say this while I'm all burnt, but that's just because I was on a boat for the past 3 days. Here in Australia, you can get a full giant 1 liter thing of sunscreen, enough for an entire family for an entire summer, for think it's like $8. Like they're like super cheap. And beyond that, I usually don't pay at all for sunscreen because it's just free at most places. Like if you go to like a hotel, if you go to a, I don't know, an office, a restaurant, like imagine like how hand sanitizer is free in America in a lot of places. They just have sunscreen laying out in different places like that. You can just get some, you know, put it on if you want. This is so nice and makes so much sense. I'm not completely sure on this, but I think the government subsidizes sunscreen a little bit. I think that's how they get it so cheap. Not positive, but anyways, it makes so much sense because the government also pays for the healthcare here, you're gonna have to be paying a lot more for skin cancer than you are gonna be paying for sunscreen. All right, now the 7th thing America could learn from Australia is work-life balance and how to party. Australians, man, they love to have fun, they love to get drunk, they party hard. Additionally, just kind of the culture here and in Europe, they get a lot more paid time off for vacation. Typically, you get about 5 paid weeks off for vacation here. So that could be one of the reasons why they have a better work-life balance. But even when they're not on vacation, just on like a typical weekend, Australians like love to go out, they love to have fun. I don't know, I just feel like they do a little bit better job at partying than Americans do. All right, now the 8th thing that America could learn from Australia is how to do sushi. So yes, I know sushi is not like a typical Australian thing. It's, you know, like Japanese.
Well, I would say more the Pacific, right? It's a more Pacific thing. We have the California roll, but then it's very distinct to the sushi. I mean, let's see what he has to say.
However, they have kind of put a little spin on sushi that I think makes it so much better and makes it kind of like reach like a much larger audience or target market, I guess, if that makes sense. Let me explain. Here in Australia, they have done a couple things that make it just kind of like cool and easy to get. So one is they have a lot of like quick grab and go sushi restaurants here where they just like have sushi like out in a window. You walk by, you can point to which one you want.
Do you know what? That's a good point. There's only a couple supermarkets that have that, but not to this level, guys. This is literally something out of the ordinary. This is good. Actually, this is very good. But at the same time, this is the next level that we should be doing stuff. Like, just sell the damn sushi, and that way we can shoot the sushi. I don't have to go to a Japanese restaurant to eat sushi.
You go, and it's not cut up like it is in America. The sushi comes in a roll like this, so you can get a couple rolls, grab them, and then it's kind of like almost eat them like a sandwich as you walk down the street. I absolutely love this. They are great, healthy, like grab and go snacks. Yeah. You know, I feel like in America, if you're gonna get something like grab and go, it's gonna be like, I don't know, like a Subway sandwich or like, I don't know, like a burger from McDonald's, like something like not as healthy. Really? Not to mention, it's so affordable here. Like,
I would say more the Quick Trip gas station. Those gas stations, those are what he probably referring to. Like, it's the grab and go kind of thing. You go inside the gas station, grab the sandwich, you feel the sandwich, you know that sandwich is not healthy. Pay for it, probably cost you like $1.50, something like that. You eat it. You know, that's why a lot of truckers in the United States are very unhealthy.
A roll of sushi like that, one of those like grab and go places, probably gonna cost you like $2.50 American dollars, USD. Another great thing about the sushi here is there's this style of sushi restaurant that I know it's common in other parts of the world, but I've just never seen it in America, and we could totally adopt it. But that's like the train track, I call it, style sushi. Pretty much you just sit down and the sushi goes around on a little track and you pick up whatever you want, eat it, and then yeah, pay at the end by like the plates. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But I see like multiple of these in every single city in Australia that I've been to. It's just kind of like a cool, fun concept, and I don't know, I don't think I've even seen a restaurant like that in America. As I'm editing this video, I just thought of another like weird or unique sushi thing here, and that is they have a lot of chicken sushi. Real sushi lovers might say that that's not actually sushi, but I don't know. Here
it's more like a California roll, right? An American California roll. I mean, it has no sushi, the California roll, but they probably put a lot of stuff. They put crab, they put chicken sometimes, you know, like, but I think that's what he's referring to.
Sushi shops, I'd say about like almost half the sushis that they offer, okay, maybe not half, like a third of the sushis that they offer are like fried chicken or grilled chicken. This just makes sushi even more appealing to some people. You know, some people don't like fish, or some people just really like chicken, and they can still get sushi, I guess if you can call it that, without just having like fish or crab or I don't know, raw meat. Alright, the 9th thing America could learn from Australia is how to run a DMV. So I don't really know what to call this, but like, you know, like the place where you go to get your license, to get like your car registered, like the government office, like
in the government building
entity that you go to.
A government permission building,
to get all your car stuff worked out. In America, we call it the DMV, the Department for Motor Vehicles, or something like that. Anyways, and then I know in Victoria they call it like Vic Roads, and then I know in Queensland they call it something else, so it's different in every state here. But the place where you go to get like stuff for your car, get it registered and all that stuff, oh my god, it is so amazing in Australia. Like, 10 out of 10 recommend. Like, they're tech savvy, you can make appointments online, they're quick, you get a little letter or number, you go into a queue. There was someone that greeted me when I walked in, like, they were just so, like, it was a great, pleasant experience, and I was only there for like less than an hour. if you go to America, any American will know what I'm talking about. But oh my god, going to the DMV in America is like going like it's like a trip to hell. You're gonna go there early in the morning, you're gonna wait in line for an hour, then you're gonna get a ticket, you're gonna sit in a chair, you're gonna be in another line for a couple hours. The people who work there are typically unfriendly and cold. They just totally suck in America.
It's true. That last statement is true. Where I live, it's not that bad, but I know what he's talking about. The DMVs in the United States, they have a bad rap, guys. They're not as good. They're very bad.
And here in Australia, I've experienced them in Victoria, and I had a friend that experienced them here in Queensland, and she was American. And anyways, both of us thought it was like super amazing here, so I'm just gonna assume that in all of Australia, the DMV is probably much better than it is in America. All right, the 10th thing America could learn from Australia is how to eliminate the frickin' penny. All right, y'all's lowest cent coin is a 5 cents. We still have the penny. I don't know why. Not much to add to that. We just need to take after you and eliminate our penny. Number 11, and this is probably the most important one on this entire list, and that is we need to learn how to breathalyze like you do in Australia. When I was in Victoria, y'all had these big old giant buses that are all over the roads at all times of the day, just randomly going, and they breathalyze, they like shut a road down and they breathalyze every single car that goes by. It could be at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, 10 a.m., like 4 in the morning. You've no idea when they're gonna be there. They're just there and they breathalyze everyone, and yeah, it's a great way to catch people who are on drugs or drinking and driving. The 12th thing I think America could learn from Australia is your slang. And I'm not saying we should like take your slang and adopt it to America. No, like y'all's slang is like great. It's like a huge part of Australian culture. It's just who you are, you know, in Australia. And in America, our slang's kind of shit. Like we just, I don't know, we don't have good slang. We don't have much slang at all. Anyways, America, we need...
Yeah, I think the last one is more perspective, right? I don't know. But yeah, some of this stuff is very good, especially that drunk driving stuff. You have a bus where they just stop in the lane and they just start, you know, basically testing people whether or not they're drunk or they have drug. I think that's the best way. I do believe in some point the government needs to just, how can I say this? Put some discipline. I'm not saying overhaul, but put discipline into their citizens. And in some areas, some citizens, they need more discipline than others. I'll keep it honest, guys. Very good, Australia. You guys are ahead of the game. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, guys. Like always, I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.